Hi, it's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, and today I got another oddball. Maybe debatable with some of you out there, uh, the legitimacy of this being oddball product issue. But anyways, I'm Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. If you like this, please leave a like, subscribe, share this with other people. We're up to 124 subscribers, so thank you for the few people who've subscribed since this. Share this with other people if you wouldn't mind. I forgot to do a few shout outs on the last video where I was doing the baseball card magazine cards. So I'm pulling that up. John S. commented MSA took over in '86 for the Drakes, and that's when I felt the designs improved. I have the Schmidt Drakes card from '86 through '88, so thank you, John, for commenting there. Diver Dave commented on my Leaf and Dunross Candy City team and Heroes of the Hall of Fame Heroes. Good one about getting the expired product, a deep discount just to get the cards, like at the day after store that I was talking about. And thank you, Rob. Very nice Mickey Mantle cards on those Hall of Fame Heroes and Candy City team from Leaf. So yeah, that's cool. Touched on that in the last video too. Showed you in 2019 that Panini, who does Donruss in the Diamond King set, they had a team heroes card that's based on those Candy City team or Hall of Fame Heroes cards that I just showed in those previous 3 videos that I did earlier. So go check those out. And then they also redid in like an insert set the Hall of Fame Heroes, but in 2019 Panini. So they resurrected that design and brand from those. So you can check that video out, the last one with the baseball card magazines and Sports Illustrated cards that come in magazines. So thank you all for posting. I really appreciate it. Thank you for any new subscribers like Gumming Around Kentucky. Alright, so today what we're going to do is something similar to like the baseball card magazine cards. And some people may debate whether these are oddball or not, but I say they're oddball because of multiple reasons. One, they were not part of the regular set. You know, so having these cards doesn't give you a complete set of, say, 91 score. It's the equivalent of like an insert set, or what we do now is box loaders. So like you get box loaders, and I'm not showing the box loaders because I actually have some box loaders that look a lot like those panel cards that we just did for the baseball card magazine, but I'm not doing that. What I'm talking about is cards that you got for like box bottoms basically. So to me, the product is the baseball cards, the packs of cards, or a hobby box or a full box, retail, whatever. And the cards inside are the product. So the cards that you open from the wax packs are the product that the company is trying to get you to buy. And to get you to buy it, they're giving you an enticement of an oddball card. So the box cards are the enticement for buying the product, which is the baseball card. And since it doesn't fall in the main set, you know, you wouldn't have to get the panels on the side of the 87 box to consider that a complete set. You just say you need the 792 cards to do that. Those are bonus. Those are like inserts, but they're not inserts. They're oddball that you would have to hand cut those or keep them on the box however you like. So to me, baseball cards actually do oddball cards to get people to buy their own product, which is the baseball card. And now that's been going on forever. I don't have a whole lot to show you. I may have some more here and there, but the ones that I have are what I have available. And so we're going to start from what I have in 1987. well, actually 1988, and you'll see why I got this one. But the new brand on the block, the new card company, the new competitor against Topps, Flair, and Dunross was Score. And do you remember that Score? Just beautiful cards. 88 Score is just epic. They changed the card market to me. Even you can see it to a degree on these. They had box bottom cards, so if you were like the last kid to buy a pack out of that box, they would usually let you take the box, and this is the bottom. You can cut that out, and or you could buy the whole box and have the cards. So here's what we have. We have a box bottom, and when you see some of these other box bottom cards, you're going to see how far advanced Score was. So this is 88 Score, commemorating the 87 All-Stars. And there you got Hall of Famer Rickey Henderson, superstar Darryl Strawberry, and my main man Andre Dawson. So that's why I bought a whole box, just so I can get this Andre Dawson card. I know I was going to pull some Dawsons out of it because you got a ton of cards with Score. And that Score set was just great images compared to like Topps and those guys. And the bright punch cards, the great borders, and the backs were just epic compared to what Topps and all them guys were doing with the cardboard backs. And then it came with great moments in baseball. Do you remember County Stadium, August 26, 87? So I think they're talking about Milwaukee there, I would guess. And they fit in one of these like 5x7s if you trim it just right. If you wanted to get this graded, you'd have to cut along this, but have some of the red showing basically. If any of that red's missing and you go into that white, you're not going to get a good grade. But I don't do grading, so that's the front. The beautiful 88 Score set. Now, 88 Score is like a milestone in cards, and that was the first one that really did these upscale ones, mass produced. But that was pretty much it for Score as being super relevant. I mean, I'm not saying that they haven't done a whole lot of stuff since then. They did autographs and Mickey Mantle and Reggie Jackson, stuff like that. So they've had their moments, but as far as the set went, in baseball, 88 was it, and it's unfortunate for them. Upper Deck came out the next year, and Score was always kind of third rate in the sense of collectors' eyes, and because they overproduced these 88s. But those are beautiful cards. So let's take a look at the back, and there you go. So 87 All-Star Game was up here in Oakland, just up the road. There's my Andre Dawson, card 16 of 18, so it's an 18 card subset, you can say, but oddball set, because you could not get these cards in packs, order them, or anything like that. And then you can read about what happened there if you want to go ahead and read that, what they're talking about on that Bolton County Stadium one there. And then you got the so the American Leaguers would have been in the red, and the National Leaguers have this blue. So you got Hall of Famer Rickey Henderson right there with Dawson. Beautiful cards. I mean, just look at the image, and that's the box bottom, people. The regular cards are even more impressive. The only difference is that because this is the actual card box, the card stock's better than the regular Score. It's definitely thicker card stock. And then of course you got Darryl Strawberry here. So card 17 of 18, 7 of 18, and 16 of 18. So that's weird. I don't know why. I don't know what the correlation is. If they changed, if every box you might have had any 3 different people, or were they always these 3 together, and that made it easier for you to collect. So that's beautiful 1988 Score. So I don't have a whole lot of these to show you. So now we're I know I have some other Dawson stuff, but I don't know exactly where it is. Um, but maybe I'll pause this and double check real quick. I think I know where one might be. And then we're going to jump up here to Topps. And this is 1990 Topps. So you have Wade Boggs there. So they're definitely image variations compared to their regular Topps card. You can see the little black line that you're supposed to have that showing. If you hand cut that, if you want to get it graded beyond authentic. These cards are almost never in very good shape because obviously they're sitting on a shelf, they get bent, and then they get stored all these years later. This one's in really good shape, but these you will find, definitely you'll find creases and stuff in these. I do have one more panel, but I don't know where it is right now. But I wanted to get this out there because it seemed kind of appropriate to go with the baseball card magazine. Little strips. And I don't. Box loaders are a little different because they're actually in the box. But to a degree, they can be considered oddball. So maybe I'll do a box loader episode at the end of these oddballs or coming soon. Just because they too are not part of the regular set. They're enticing you to buy them, but the only way you know what you're getting is by opening the box and opening a pack. So it's a little different because it's kind of pack opening or box opening. These, you see what you're getting on the box, so that's why it's more oddball to me. That's cool. Wade Boggs image there. We just showed him in that old-fashioned one from the baseball card magazine. I love that one. Hall of Famer George Brett, so 2 Hall of Famers out of 2. Then Andre Dawson, of course, and then Darrell Evans. So 3 Hall of Famers on this panel, and 1990 Topps. You know, it's a little different because it's got this green, so it's a little alternative to the normal 90 Topps there, it looks like. And the one way you can always tell if it's a box bottom, if you're not familiar, is usually like Topps will do the numbering instead of numbers. They'll give you like letters, like it'll be A1 or something like that. If you're unfamiliar with cards and you came across one of these hand cuts, like at a store or something like that, and you're not familiar with cards, you might think, well, that's a little different, so that's something you might want to consider. But there you go, Wade Boggs, George Brett. So you can pause and read those. Now they will list these in like Baseball Cardpedia, so they are known. And then there's my man Andre Dawson. Joins an elite group, have achieved 300 career home runs. So that's cool. And then Darrell Evans, let's give him a little time in the limelight, which he probably never gets. He played 1,873 games, people, but he didn't play in 1873. So that would have been 3 years before the National League was started up. But there was baseball back then, just they disbanded and came back together as the National League in 1876. So there you go, Darrell. I think we saw Darrell in one of those other recent episodes and some other oddball stuff. So those are really cool. There's your Topps. And like I said, let's take a look at that. Topps is still kind of doubled down with that cardboard image, and just look at Score Popped. You know, just kind of night and day, the some of the images, you know, like the photo quality. Alright, so there's that one. Now here's a like cabinet card box bottom, and this is from Upper Deck in 1992, and it's just a blank back, but that is one of the Ted Williams box bottoms. So obviously this is facing down, and the cards were in there from Upper Deck in 92. So the Ted Williams, it's much like a cabinet card. Talking about his 1941 season with 406 batting average. So they did multiple Ted Williams stuff in that set that year, and I don't know if they might have had autographs in that year. And then they had like regular size cards of these, I believe. and box bottoms commemorating Ted Williams because I believe he was their autograph celebrity that year. Now, not only that, but now, so here's the thing, I see a lot of like pre-war and stuff, people offering these as cards, and some of the card companies are grading them, so that's why I kept this next part of this same box from the Ted Williams. The score is these little advertisements, so when the box was opened with the pack showing in front of it, you would see something that was in the set, you know, card sized. So some people will cut this stuff out and sell it off as a card. Now to me, that was never really a card because it wasn't listed as a card. They weren't claiming it to be a card, and obviously it's missing anything on the back. But some people will cut up anything and sell it off as a card, so yeah. Oh, so this was the one with Musial, Mantle, and Yastrzemski autographs, and or Chuck Knobloch. So yeah. Oh, this is score. Sorry, the other one was Upper Deck. My bad. Yeah, I wonder where these box bottom cards are. 92. That's 88. So well, they're somewhere, folks. But nevertheless, so I conflated those two together. But anyway, some people will cut that out. Do you think that that's a card? And if it is a card, then to me that would be an oddball card. But you know, like if this was like 1915, some candy company did something like this, and they were like, hey, look on the back of this box and get a strip card of Ty Cobb and so, and this is what it looks like, and somebody cuts that out, calls it a card, and people will buy that. So I know the what is it, 88 Flair has Andre Dawson on the front like this and his card, so I don't have that one as far as that goes. So that goes to say, along just like this, these Flair hardball ones that I said are just like the MSA discs. Right there on the front, it's got this little thing that pops up so that you see what you're getting when you buy this. But if you cut that out, is that considered a card? You know, would that be considered a card as well? But of course you wouldn't want to do that because you would want the Derek Jeter. But who knows, in 100 years from now, somebody wants a Derek Jeter card. They can't afford this one, the actual card that came in the set that looks just like that. They might be content with having this. So these are some of the things you might want to consider when throwing some of these things out, especially the odder ones. You know, like the Tops or that Flair one I was talking about. I don't know, like just the display part of it, maybe. So I went a little off track there because there is one more oddball for sure, and I'm gonna do this first. But here's a big league baseball, the first one from Topps of their big league sets. And so like these little cards, you know, these are little images of the cards that come in this box. You know, will people cut those out someday and call that a card? That I don't really think is a card. It may be like an advertising piece, but Topps did do an oddball card to get you to buy these, and they had these, an actual card on the side of a blaster. It's not part of the main set. Shohei Ohtani rookie card, and if you read here, here's the little checklist. Collect all 4 exclusive cards found on the back of each value box. Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Shohei Ohtani, and Aaron Judge. I got the Trout, Shohei, and I think Judge. And so that is technically a Shohei Ohtani or a rookie card. Even Mangini was showing that card off. And the good thing about this is it actually does have a back, but as you can see, it's called Box B3. So typical of Topps for their oddball. You know, this is a blaster. It's not like a hobby set, but neither was that 1990. You know, that's just a retail box. So this is a blaster box. So Shohei Ohtani. And I do have the other ones sort of hand cut out, but I don't have them right here with me. So no need to go track that down right now. But so some of these, as you can see, someday could be super valuable. You know, in 100 years, if this guy's the new Babe Ruth like he's been playing, you know, this might be the rare card to pick up. So that is epic. Give you a chance to look at him. So my question is, do you feel like these are oddball cards? Because in reality, the product is this. You're going to get these things, 10 cards per pack. And somewhere it says on here how many packs. So 5 packs. So it's 5 packs but 1 bonus pack. So this is what you're buying this. You're buying a blaster. They want you to buy this. And hey, to get you to buy this, we're going to go ahead and give you one of these. But those don't come in packs. But you can get a card like it, but it's not going to be green like that. It's not going to have that back. So to me, what's the difference between this and like the ice cream one that I showed you the other day? To get you to buy this double play ice cream for Marigold, the product is the ice cream, not the card. But you will get a card, you know, to help get you to buy this ice cream brand over some other one. And that one's blank back, a Hall of Famer George Brett. You know, here's what they're giving you. Here's all the stuff. Hey, buy this stuff, and this is what you can get. But ultimately, they're here to sell the ice cream. Now, also, I will concede and or argue about at what point in time did cards become cards and not the oddball thing. And what I'm saying is, a lot of people will talk about when you used to get cards, it was because they wanted to sell you bubble gum. And so, yeah, to some degree, let's say in the 30s, that okay, hey kids, come buy bubble gum, and for a penny or a nickel or something like that, we'll give you a few cards, or a card or a few cards, or buy this caramel, whatever. But by the time the 50s come around, I know some of you guys will sit there and talk about, oh, let's just sell kids gum. And I don't know. Is the gum really the product that they're giving you cards to buy? Or the cards the thing that everyone wanted and the bonus was the gum? At what point did the card become really the product, regardless of what they labeled it as? And the gum was the oddball, like the bonus. So to me, I put the cutoff around, you know, at post-war. To me, anything post-war, even if it had gum in it, is no longer oddball to me. You're really buying it to get the cards. Now, if you disagree with that, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. But that's my opinion on that. Yeah, I think that's a good cutoff point. That's a good point, because there's times when people talk about, you know, like the Gaudis or Sports King or whatever. And to me, you know, they talk about them like regular cards. Like they don't talk about them as oddball. Like any of those T206s and original Allen and Ginters and stuff, those are oddball cards. Now this is Topps one, so it's not. But T206, T205, Goodwin Champions, Allen and Ginter, Ogden Cigarettes, Cracker Jack, all those cards are oddball cards, food issues or product issues as far as I'm concerned, and that's the kind of cards that I like. And then post-war, it became more about getting the card, and then instead of enticing you with the card. And that's when it flipped. That's when it flips for me. So perhaps that's the reason I prefer pre-war stuff, and then stuff that reminds me of pre-war. Because I know that's not oddball, it's an odd card because it's an odd shape compared to a normal card. But to me, once the card became the product, then this is the stuff that's oddball, you know, because they're trying to get you to buy the cookies. They're not trying to get you to buy cards. They're trying to get you to buy cookies, and they're paying MSA and the Players Association to put these in their product. And so, like Hostess and Post Cereal and all that stuff from the 50s on, this is the oddball stuff. This is what's more like the T206s. But some people, they look at T206 on their baseball card set. No, it's a tobacco product. And so, in my opinion, that's that. So let me go ahead and pause you 1 second, see if I can find that other card really quick. All right, thanks thanks for waiting. I did have it. It was just in my top stuff in my binder. So there's another Andre Dawson. That's somebody hand cut that. I ordered off eBay, so I knew I'd had one of these. Of course, 91. So that's card D. 5 RBIs in a game versus former teammates. So there's the Andre Dawson from 91, cut off of a box panel just like this, you know. So they left the black borders there, as you can see, for the most part there. Gets a little tough there in the middle because Topps doesn't give you a whole lot of room. So I don't know if PSA is being a little too picky and stuff on that kind of stuff, because like it's almost impossible on these inner circles unless you want to sacrifice the other card. But nevertheless, that's sweet, and it's much stronger cardboard stock because it's meant to hold cards in there. So that's pretty sweet. And so like I said, what's the difference of getting this, getting you to try to buy Topps baseball cards, as opposed to this MSA, which I had left out of my MSA discs recent episode, because you got this in some product, you know, some cookies or one of those products of bread or something like that, you know. So that's definitely more of a card than this. There you go, showing you how Flair kind of stole that design from them. But nevertheless, they were giving you these to convince you to buy something else. So both of these are 81, but two different products they wanted you to buy. One of them was these on deck cookies. One of them was like Burger Chef or something like that. Blank backs. So there you go. Add that to my Oddball MSA discs, which I'll do another episode of because I got some more stuff coming. But I found that because I was looking also for the other Big League Baseball cards from Topps. I was looking for the other ones that I had, but I couldn't find them. But there you go, folks. It's all the same. They just do blasters now. All right, and that's probably one of the last oddball ones that Topps did as far as on box kind of cards. Panini was doing it with like Golden Age and stuff like that. But Topps, you know, more like box loaders and stuff like that. So that's a little less oddballish because you're not seeing what you're getting. You're not, but I guess in other products you're not knowing what you're getting. They're not all like this, you know, where you know you're getting George Brett. So box loaders, it's oddball-ish. I wouldn't call it as straight up oddball as like these cards, just because, you know, that's the enticement. You're seeing what you're getting. But if you want to consider box loaders, whether that be a little box of mini cards like Gypsy Queen did, cabinet cards, postcards, and all that, I'm fine with that, or pennants. That just expands what I need to show you folks. So there it is, folks. Some beautiful oddball baseball card product oddballs. All right, everybody, I think you know what I'm getting at. Take it easy. See ya again. Bye.